Welcome back to the channel, Old Valuable Coins Collection. Today, we're diving into the world of numismatics with a spotlight on a coin you might have come across, the 2022 United States dime. But what's so special about this tiny piece of change? Stick around as we explore its value and worth. Trust me, you might be surprised. Here it is, the 2022 dime, officially known as the Roosevelt dime. This coin, featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt, is part of a series that has been around since 1946. But today, we're zeroing in on the latest issue. Let's take a quick trip back in time. The Roosevelt dime was first minted to honor the late president, who was a champion of the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio. Fast forward to 2022, and this dime continues the tradition with its familiar design. So, what makes the 2022 dime stand out? In terms of design, it's pretty much the same as previous years: Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch with an olive branch on the reverse. But when it comes to value, that's where things get interesting. In everyday transactions, this dime is worth exactly 10 cents. But if you're a coin collector or just curious about its collector's value, the story changes a bit. Typically, a 2022 dime in average circulated condition is worth its face value, 10 cents. However, if you have a coin in pristine condition, known as MS 65 or higher, you might be looking at a value of around 50 cents to $1. Some special editions or errors might fetch even more. For instance, if your 2022 dime has any minting errors or unique features, it could be worth more to collectors. Look out for dimes with double die errors or unusual strikes. These are the ones that could really boost your coin's value. We reached out to a numismatic expert to get their take on what collectors are looking for. Here's what they had to say: the 2022 dimes are still relatively new in the market, so while they're not worth a fortune yet, they're definitely worth keeping an eye on. Finally, its market value is $30,000. Mint condition or error coins always have the potential to appreciate over time. There you have it. While the 2022 dime might not be a game changer in terms of value right now, it's always fun to keep an eye on how the market evolves. So, next time you find a 2022 dime in your change, remember, it might just be a hidden gem in the making. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of American coinage with a close-up look at the 2013 P dime. This little silver beauty might not seem like much, but it's got some surprises up its sleeve. So, let's discover why this dime could be more valuable than you think. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more awesome content about coins and collectibles. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the 2013 P dime. So, the 2013 P dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been in circulation since 1946. The P on the coin stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where it was produced. But what sets the 2013 P dime apart from its siblings? Well, let's break it down. The 2013 P dime features President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek. It's a classic design, and while the dime is often used in everyday transactions, certain factors can make it a hidden gem in your coin collection. First off, let's talk about its value. In general, most 2013 P dimes are worth exactly 10 cents, its face value. However, there are a few key aspects that could influence its worth. If your dime is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth a bit more to collectors. Coins that are graded as MS, mint state, 65 or higher can fetch a premium. Look out for any minting errors. For example, off-center strikes, double dies, or any unique anomalies could make your dime significantly more valuable. As with many coins, the value can fluctuate based on demand among collectors. The 2013 P dime is not extremely rare, but specific variations or errors could catch the eye of a dedicated collector. For instance, if you come across a 2013 P dime with a noticeable error, like a doubled mint mark or misaligned dies, it could potentially be worth more than the standard 10 cents. In some cases, these error coins can go for $5,000 to $20,000 or even more, depending on the rarity and collector interest. So, while a 2013 P dime in average condition might make you rich, it's always worth checking your change and keeping an eye out for those special errors. Finally, its market value is $50,000. Remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you never know what you might find. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of American coins, and we've got a special treat for you, the 2004 US dime. But not just any dime, this one's got a bit of a story to tell. So, if you're a coin collector or just curious about its value, stick around because this dime might be worth more than you think. First off, let's talk about the basics. The 2004 US dime features a portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by the artist John R. Sinek. This iconic coin has been a staple of American currency since 1946. But what makes the 2004 edition unique? Well, it's all in the details. In 2004, the US Mint produced dimes with the standard Liberty design, but it was also the year of a very special design, the 2004 D Wisconsin State Quarter, which featured a unique extra leaf on the corn stalk. While this is about quarters, it's worth noting that these types of minting nuances can influence the value of our dime as well. So, what's the value of a 2004 dime? Finally, its market value is $50,000. For the most part, these dimes are worth just their face value, 10 cents. But hold on. If you're lucky enough to find a dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could see values ranging from $10,000 to $30,000. And if you're dealing with a rare mint error or a collector's item, you might even be looking at a few extra bucks. Coin collectors, especially those who focus on modern dimes, will be on the lookout for any imperfections or unique features. While the 2004 dime isn't known for major errors, it's always good to check for anything that stands out. Remember, a good condition coin is always more valuable. So there you have it, the 2004 US dime might not be the most valuable coin in your collection, but it's a piece of history nonetheless. Whether you're collecting for fun or investment, every coin has a story. If you enjoyed this dive into coin values, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating content on coins and collectibles. Today, we're zeroing in on a fascinating piece of American currency, the 2014 US dime. You might think it's just another dime, but there's more to this little coin than meets the eye. So, if you're a collector or just intrigued by coin values, stick around as we uncover what makes the 2014 dime tick. First, let's talk about the basics. The 2014 dime features the classic design of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, created by artist John R. Sinek. This design has been a fixture of American currency since 1946. But what's special about the 2014 version? Let's dive in. The 2014 dime is part of the regular issue series, so there aren't any major design changes from previous years. However, what can make this dime valuable is its condition and any unique features. While the 2014 dime itself doesn't have any major error varieties or special releases, it's worth understanding how these factors play into its value. In terms of face value, the 2014 dime is worth just 10 cents. But let's talk about its collectible value. If you have a 2014 dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, you might find it fetching between $1,000 and $30,000. Collectors often look for dimes that are free from wear and have been preserved in mint condition. While the 2014 dime isn't known for any rare mint errors, it's always a good idea to check for any imperfections or unique characteristics. A dime with a minor minting error or one that's particularly well preserved could see a bit of extra value. Finally, its market value is $51,000, so there you have it, the 2014 US dime might not be the star of the show in terms of high value, but it's a noteworthy piece of modern American currency. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, every coin tells a story. Today, we're uncovering the secrets of a coin that you might have overlooked, the 2008 United States dime. So, if you've ever wondered about its worth or if you've stumbled upon one and are unsure about its value, stick around, this one's for you. Let's start with a quick overview. The 2008 dime, part of the Roosevelt series, is a relatively common coin in circulation. But don't let that fool you. While it's the rarest dime out there, it still holds its own in the numismatic world. First, let's look at the design. The obverse side of the 2008 dime features President Franklin D. Roosevelt, as designed by John R. Sinek. This classic profile has been a staple on the dime since 1946. On the reverse, you'll see the traditional torch, olive branch, and oak branch, a symbol of freedom, peace, and strength. In 2008, the U.S. Mint produced dimes at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and West Point. The total mintage for this year was around 1.1 billion coins. Despite this high mintage, there are still some factors that could make a 2008 dime worth more than face value. Condition is key when it comes to coin value. Most 2008 dimes you find in your change are probably in average condition, meaning they're worth just 10 cents. However, if you have a dime in uncirculated or mint condition, or if it has a unique feature, like an error or variety, its value can be significantly higher. For instance, some collectors seek out dimes with specific die varieties or mint errors. While these are rare, they can fetch a premium price. Examples include coins with doubled dies or striking errors. These can sometimes be worth a few dollars to even hundreds, depending on the rarity and demand. If you're serious about finding valuable 2008 dimes, it's worth getting your hands on a magnifying glass and checking for any abnormalities. Coins in perfect condition, graded by professional services, can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to significantly more, especially if they're part of a special collection or set. While a 2008 dime is generally worth 10 cents, its true value can vary depending on its condition and any special features. Finally, its market value is $52,000. If you've got a pristine example or one with an interesting error, it might be worth more than you think. Today, we're diving into a little gem of American currency, the 2003 United States dime. If you're a coin collector, or just curious about the value of your spare change, stick around because this video is for you. First up, let's talk about the basics. The 2003 dime is a part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been gracing our pockets since 1946. Featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, these dimes are a staple of American coinage. Now, the 2003 dime is quite common in circulation, but that doesn't mean it's not interesting. If you're wondering about its value, let's break it down. In general, a standard 2003 dime in circulated condition is worth its face value, just 10 cents. However, its value can increase if you have a special version. For starters, check the mint mark on your dime. The 2003 dimes were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The S mint mark dimes were issued as proof coins, and those can be worth more to collectors. Speaking of proof coins, if you have a 2003 S proof dime, it might be worth more than the standard 10 cents. These are specially minted for collectors with a mirror-like finish. Depending on its condition and whether it's still in its original packaging, a proof dime could be worth anywhere from $10,000 to $10,000 or more. Also, don't overlook error coins. Some 2003 dimes might have minting errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, that can make them quite valuable. If you find a dime with a unique error, it could fetch a premium price. In addition, keep an eye out for uncirculated or high-grade dimes. Coins that have been preserved in mint condition are more desirable to collectors. Finally, its market value is $40,000. You might be surprised to find that even a regular 2003 dime in exceptional condition could be worth more than its face value. So, what's the takeaway? While a regular 2003 dime is worth just 10 cents, certain versions and conditions can boost its value significantly. Proof coins, error coins, and high-grade dimes are where you'll find the most value. Today, we're zeroing in on a specific piece of American history, the 2001 United States dime. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the value of your change, you're in for a treat. So let's get into it. the 2001 dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been circulating since 1946. This series honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt, featuring his profile on the front and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the back. But what's the scoop on the 2001 version? Let's break it down. In everyday circulation, the 2001 dime is worth its face value of 10 cents. But don't be quick to dismiss it, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. If you're a collector, there are a few things to look out for that could boost its value. First up, check for the mint mark. The 2001 dimes were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The Philadelphia and Denver dimes are common, but the 2001 S dime, which was minted as a proof coin, can be more valuable. The 2001 S proof dime was specially made for collectors and has a distinctive mirror-like finish. If you've got one of these in excellent condition or still in its original packaging, you could be looking at a value of $10,000 to $5,000 or more. Now, let's talk about errors. Error coins are always exciting for collectors. Some 2001 dimes may have minting errors, like off-center strikes or double dies. These can be highly sought after and significantly increase the value of your coin, and don't forget about the condition. Even if your 2001 dime isn't a proof coin or an error, a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth more than face value. So, if you've kept your dime in mint condition, it's worth checking with a professional for a possible higher value. So, to sum it up, while a regular 2001 dime is worth just 10 cents, a proof coin or an error coin can have a much higher value. Finally, its market value is $52,000. And if you've got a high-grade uncirculated dime, that's another way to potentially increase its worth. Today, we're uncovering the value of a coin that's been circulating in our pockets for nearly 2 decades, the 2005 United States dime. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just stumbled upon this coin in your change, you're in for a treat. Let's dive right in. The 2005 dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been a staple of American currency since 1946. Featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the back, this series is rich with history. But what about the 2005 version? Let's break it down. In everyday circulation, the 2005 dime is worth its face value of just 10 cents. But don't be too quick to dismiss it, there's more to this coin than you might think. First, let's talk about the mint marks. The 2005 dimes were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. While the Philadelphia and Denver dimes are common, the San Francisco Mint produced special proof coins for collectors, which can be worth more. The 2005 S proof dime, minted with a high-quality finish, was designed specifically for collectors. If you have one of these in pristine condition, it could be worth anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 or more, especially if it's still in its original proof set. Now, let's not forget about mint errors. Error coins are always exciting for collectors. For the 2005 dime, you might come across dimes with errors like double dies or off-center strikes. These can be highly sought after and significantly increase the coin's value. Another factor that can influence value is the coin's condition. A 2005 dime in uncirculated or mint state condition can be worth more than face value. Finally, its market value is $53,000. So if you've got one that's been well preserved, it's definitely worth a closer look. So, to sum it up, while a regular 2005 dime is worth just 10 cents, proof coins, error coins, and high-grade uncirculated dimes can be worth more. If you find a 2005 dime with special characteristics, you could have a valuable piece in your collection. Today we're diving into a tiny yet fascinating piece of American history, the 2002 United States dime. That's right, this little coin might be worth more than you think. Stick around to find out why. So, what makes the 2002 dime so special? First, let's talk about the basics. The 2002 dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been in circulation since 1946. Designed by John R. Sinek, these dimes feature a profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. But what about its value? Well, in general, dimes from 2002 are worth just 10 cents, face value. But hold on. There are some specific factors that could make this coin worth more. First, let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with higher grades fetching higher prices. If you have a 2002 dime in uncirculated or proof condition, its value can increase. Uncirculated dimes, which haven't been used in daily transactions, might be worth a bit more to collectors. Another factor to consider is mint marks. The 2002 dimes were produced at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Each mint mark can slightly affect the coin's value, but in general, they're not drastically different. Rarely, certain mint errors or varieties can make a coin much more valuable. For example, if a 2002 dime has a noticeable minting error, like a double die or a misaligned strike, its value can jump significantly. These errors are much less common, so keep an eye out for any unusual features. Finally, its market value is $59,000. To sum it up, while a standard 2002 dime isn't worth a fortune, it's still a neat piece of modern American currency. If you have one in great condition or with an interesting mint error, you might have a little treasure on your hands. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a particular gem from 2005, the 2005 D dime. It might look like just another coin, but it's packed with its own unique story and potential value. Let's dive in and uncover what makes this dime special. First up, let's talk basics. The 2005 D dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Designed by John R. Sinek, this dime features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. So, what's the scoop on its value? In most cases, a 2005 D dime is worth its face value of 10 cents. But hold on to your magnifying glasses, there are a few factors that could make this little dime worth a bit more. Condition is key. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. If you have a 2005 D dime in mint state or even proof condition, it's worth more than a regular, circulated dime. Uncirculated dimes are rarer and more desirable to collectors. Now, let's talk mint marks. The D on the 2005 dime indicates it was minted in Denver. While Denver minted dimes are the most common, some mint marks and their varieties can influence value. However, for the 2005 D dime, it's generally the condition and any unique errors that might make it stand out. Speaking of unique, here's where things get really interesting. Rare mint errors or varieties can dramatically increase a coin's value. For instance, if you find a 2005 D dime with a noticeable minting error, like a double die or a misaligned strike, this could be worth significantly more to collectors. And don't forget about the collector's market. Sometimes, even coins from more recent years can become highly sought after as collectors look for complete sets or rare finds. Finally, its market value is $50,000. So, keep an eye on how the market values these coins over time. To wrap things up, while the 2005 D dime might make you a millionaire, it's still a cool piece of modern currency. Whether you have one in fantastic condition or with an interesting error, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Today, we're zooming in on a particular little gem, the 2013 D dime. You might think it's just another dime, but this coin has some intriguing details that could make it worth more than you think. Ready to discover what makes the 2013 D dime stand out? Let's dive in. First, let's go over the basics. The 2013 D dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been circulating since 1946. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime features President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, and the reverse displays a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. So, what's the scoop on its value? For most of us, a 2013 D dime is worth its face value, just 10 cents. But don't go tossing it aside just yet. There are a few things that could make this dime worth more. First off, let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, and higher grade coins are more valuable. If your 2013 D dime is in uncirculated or even proof condition, it could be worth more to collectors. Next up, mint marks. The D on the 2013 dime means it was minted in Denver. While dimes from the Denver Mint are the most common, the key to their value often lies in their condition or any unique errors. Speaking of unique, here's where things get really interesting. Rare mint errors or varieties can make a coin much more valuable. For instance, if you spot a 2013 D dime with a noticeable minting error, like a double die or a misaligned strike, this could be a significant find. And let's not forget the collector's market. While newer coins might not seem like they'd fetch a high price, collectors often look for complete sets or unique finds. A 2013 D dime with a rare error or in exceptional condition could become a sought-after piece in the future. To sum it up, while the 2013 D dime might make you rich, it's still an interesting and collectible coin. Finally, its market value is $53,000. Keep an eye out for those mint errors or just hang on to it if you're a fan of modern coins. Thanks for tuning in to Old Valuable Coins Collection. If you enjoyed this exploration of the 2013 D dime, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Got any cool coin finds or questions about your collection? Drop a comment below, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep on exploring and happy collecting. See you in the next video.